oftentimes when people engage in a business, they want to like, quote unquote, grab everyone, talk to everyone. Let's be a little bit more strategic. Because if you're understanding the farming concept, the sowing the seeds, and what type of crop you want to harvest, what kind of growing stuff that you want to bring home, then you got to have the right seed that you're planting. Okay. So I would say that people who are positive and open mind. And then the second thing, very important, is the people who are hungry. Okay. People who are hungry, meaning people who are looking for a change. Plus, very important, people who are looking for a change and people who are willing to work for it. There's a lot of people who are looking for change. Say, you know what, I want to change my financial situation. But when it comes to engaging in work, they are not willing to put forth the work. And so why don't you do that for me? Why don't you call them for me? Nuh-uh. This two combinations so important. Hungry and willing, have a willingness to learn and a willingness to go to work. And because a lot of time people come in this platform, they go, you know what, that's it, I'm going to be wealthy. You ain't going to be wealthy until you're willing to do the work. Okay. So it's important that you get that. People who are hungry. Now, like I said, there are many people who are hungry and they're not willing to put forth the work. If that's the case, I won't waste my time. Okay. Now, the third ingredient is very important, is that people have to be coachable. Okay. Now, in this business, the good thing is everybody can join this business. And also the downside of it is everybody can join the business, right? And so, and obviously as a sponsor, when you enroll other people, you want everyone to succeed on your team. And sometimes you cannot want it more for them than they want it for themselves. And so oftentimes, because this platform seems so easy, and when you bring people in the business, they think they know it all. And they go like, stop talking. I know what I'm doing. I'm a salesperson. I know how to sell. I know all this stuff. So when people are not coachable, what can you do? I mean, all you could do is lead the horse to the water. Whether they drink or not, it's up to them. Okay. So, coachability or teachability is so important. Oftentimes I found that teachers in this industry does really well because they have the ability to learn and they have the ability to teach. And so, sometimes a super salesman, they don't last too long because it's only about them. It's very transactional. So I would suggest looking for people who are coachable. People say, you know what? I don't know all the ropes. This is a new gig for me. Teach me, coach me what to do. And then you as a sponsor, then you will, go coach them. So, coachability, very important. And last but not least, look for people with a sphere of influence. Sphere of influence, meaning people that's not the most important thing, because when they want something bad enough, they will go out there and make some friends. Okay. So I will look for people with sphere of influence and also people with personal power. Okay. Personal power, meaning, you know what? They have a certainty when they talk to certain people. They just have that. They're very influential. When they talk something and their friends will listen and say, you know what? I like what I'm hearing and I want to be a part of it. So that sphere of influence is very important. Now, having said that, I know a lot of times when people go out there and build the business, they have a tendency to look for like big title people, right? Oh, this person is a big business person, or this person is a big business owner or knows everybody. But do they have the willingness ingredients? Someone might be very, very influential, but if they're not willing to put forth the efforts, it's not going to do us any good. Okay. So it's not going to do you any good. Okay. So, I would suggest this. I would suggest that to look for people who have a sphere of influence, personal power, and people who are willing to do this. Now, there are some people that say, listen, I have a sphere of influence. I don't have the time, but I'm willing to be the bridge, to bridge the gap. Then you go chase it. Okay. So these are the type of seeds, if you would, that I'll be looking for to sow the seed in my farm, in the fields. Okay. So after you sow the seeds, then we're going to talk about nurturing, right? So how you nurture your field, nurture your farm is very important. How you plow the field and plow the farm. So later on, I'm going to invite a couple of guests here to talk about plowing the fields, how they are plowing the fields, how they're harvesting, what is working for them. So we'll bring them up shortly. So these are important. I mean, these sound so simple, but I really hope that it makes sense to you. Oftentimes when a new distributor comes in or into this industry, they have a tendency, they want to get somebody, or they're like a radar, right? They latch onto somebody. They go, oh my God, if this person comes in, they're going to be so good. They're going to do so well. They're going to be this, they're going to be that. They're going to be nothing until they put forth the efforts. Okay. So don't get so attached to like because oftentimes, and I've seen it over and over and over again. New people get so attached to a person that they feel like they could be so good. And then they will bank all their time and effort on the quote unquote superstar. And when this person does nothing, they look at their business, they didn't go out there and fill the pipeline. You need to go out there constantly, spread the seed. Sometimes when you spread the seeds, some seed got stolen, some seed got taken somewhere, some seed landed in the wrong place, whatever. So you need to continuously fill your pipeline in farming and building. Okay. When I say farming, I hope you know what I mean. Good farming.